Well, EA have once again shown that they are completely out of touch, and it's not a surprise, but once again today, more examples of this. We've got some EA mistakes to talk about. We've got some evolution leaks again, some playstyle Evo leaks that look sort of interesting, plus some interesting market changes that people are some happy about, some not happy about, and we'll get into all of it, of course. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. But okay, hey, first things first, thank you all for watching and being here today. We're going to start off with content because, as we know by now, I mean, it's been talked to death at this point. We know about the menu grind. We know about the paid Evos. We know about all the stuff that's going on right now that just isn't what the fans have wanted. I guess we'll put it that way. But as we know, there was this evolution that was in, well, there's two of them that were in this new Evo Elite League that for winning 13 games, winning 14 games, you get Jockey Plus and Tiki Taka Plus, which, hey, that's decent. You know, Jockey Plus was just one you could have gotten from the paid season pass, but hey, you can still apply it to another card, and it's 96 overall, right? So that's better than even the last Jockey Plus, and Tiki Taka Plus also 96 overall. That's pretty cool. Except it was a mistake, and actually it was 94 overall that it was meant to be. So on that screen, it showed 96 overall, but when you actually earned it, it was 94 overall. So even when it said 96 on that objective screen, it still showed 94 here, and people thought, okay, that must be a bug then, right? Because the overall rating just must be wrong, right? Now, it turns out it was actually wrong in the objective screen where 96 was actually supposed to be 94. And this to me is exactly where EA show themselves to be just not fully grasping what's happening in the game right now. Because for one, it's not like we don't have playstyle plus Evos that are 96 overall. We do in the season passes. So they do exist, right? It's not like it's way above what they should be. You have people obviously and clearly not playing your game right now. So even if this mistake did happen and you knew that, okay, it was supposed to be 94, it shows 96, let's just keep it 96 and maybe change it in the SBC, or sorry, in the evolution section, right? Because the numbers are already dwindling. You might as well just make it 96 because you left it at 96 for like an entire day. An entire day, people thought they were going to get a 96 overall Evo. When you complete this, turns out that was wrong. Should we get compensated for that? We won't, because you didn't have to buy anything, so there won't be any compensation, but people literally did this. I did this thinking it was max 96. I had a card in mind to give Tiki Taka Plus to that's 96 overall. I would have literally stopped at the win 10 or wouldn't have done this at all anyway if I knew it was max 94. I took like 2 hours of my time to do this, or however long it took. I don't remember. It was an hour and a half something, and it was just not what I thought I was going to get. So I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much for them to just kind of keep it as advertised and then change it in the Evo section. Maybe that's just too hard to do. I'm not sure, but no matter what, it looks really fucking bad, and it's obviously out of touch, right? Because releasing a 94 max overall one isn't even the worst thing in the world. Like, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's out of touch because it's like over 24 hours later, or whatever the hell it is. I think it was almost 24 hours later. So not over, but almost 24 hours later, they tweet out like, oh yeah, about that Evo. Yeah, that's not 96. Sorry, it's 94 actually. What the hell were you doing until you got off work yesterday? You didn't see that it was 94 overall? That was supposed to be 94 and it was 96 instead? I mean, look at this shit. 23 hours later, you tweet this out? I mean, that's where the tone deafness comes in, right? I mean, this game's already suffering. You've done this yourself. I know some people say the community is just as big of a part as EA is. I don't fully agree with that. We've done some, like, we're not the greatest community ever. There's no doubting that. But the way this game is right now is strictly EA and their greed. That's how we ended up here. This is why, to me, the little stuff like this, just, it will never end, right? Everything is so important to them. Every little bit of overall, oop, that's just too high. It's just too high. We're not gonna let you get that Evo, even though it's 13 wins. Everybody can even get the Evo anyway. It's match limit game friendlies, which is cool, but also some people can't even get the rewards. So I don't even know, man. It just sucks to see this, that I don't think the right people are in charge anymore. Either that or this is, I guess, working, and the numbers are really good for the casuals right now, but checking the Steam charts, it doesn't look like that. So I'm not sure, man. I don't know anymore. Just ridiculous. I do want to say, in a positive note, to offset that slightly, they did improve the player pick, which is always nice. Yeah, the 83 plus pick is now a thing, 1 of 3. So thank you for that, I guess. Also, random side note, if you don't choose Kaká here, this is the ultimate IQ test. Tradable 3x91 pack. You're gonna get fucking nothing inside of it. You're gonna not take Kaká. You might just need to call the gambling hotline, because that's absurd. Now, okay, relating to that convo of tradable packs and tradable high-rated packs and their value and stuff, EA just changed the price range on Fodder on console to no minimum price now. So check out some of the fodder prices right now. Let's go to Futbit and check this shit out. So Hezerberg is at a whopping 3.8 thousand now. So this has been the PC prices for a long time. They've been like this, and it's like what their actual value is, but EA just dropped the bottom out of these, which unfortunately, if you happen to have some in your club, you got fucked, and it's nothing you can do about it. It's all up to EA, and 90s like KDB, 90 rated 7.3K, guys. This is how it's been on PC for a while, but it's just an indictment on what has happened to this game. Whether you think it's a good thing or not, right? No matter what, it's an indictment on what this game is like right now. 91 Rodri is less than 10,000 coins. So yeah, some people said on Twitter, like, oh, is this a mistake? I think I saw, here's the AC tweet, but I was seeing some tweets like, is this a mistake? Did they mean to do this? I'm pretty sure they meant to do it. There's a chance it's a mistake because, I mean, yesterday's mistake took 24 hours to fix, so there's a chance this one does too. But I think that this was intentional, and I'm going to assume that seeing this change, right? This has got to be, maybe I'm reading into this too much, but is this not an indication on next year's prices too, and that they're okay with it being this cheap? Because if they were adamant on keeping them above a certain range, they would keep the minimum price there, because if you had to buy one, you'd always have to buy them at that price, right? But now they made it more of like a free market, which obviously is a better thing for most people. You can actually sell your fodder now. But if they were adamant on keeping it at least a certain price, they'd probably just keep it that way for the rest of the year. But now they change it. So is this a chance that next year maybe they're like, this is a thing we're gonna see, is fodder being this cheap, which isn't a bad thing in general, but the pack weight obviously needs to be improved on certain things if fodder is going to be this cheap, and also tradable coins have to be just differently distributed, because fodder will not be a way to really get those coins anymore unless you have to pack a promo card, which we know how hard that can be at times. So, you know, we're just going through changes right now. Shout out Tupac. Are they good changes? Are they bad changes? You guys decide that. But yeah, 89s are 3.7K, which is, you know, in any other year, kind of an unfathomable price. But all right, next up here, we got an evolution leak, and it's a max 92 striker evo, but it's not quite what you expect. So it's going to be a themed evo where you convert a striker into a center back. So it gives you anticipate, jockey, and bruiser plus, stats upgrade, weak foot upgrade, and the same kind of usual requirements down here. But interesting, we're going back to 92s. You know, I don't really know why. We have a couple of 93s, and now we're back to 92s, I guess. But yeah, with these, you kind of, I guess, gotta hope that if you want to make it like work, your striker has to not have playstyle pluses, because this is always a weird thing with like an evo like this, is that if your 92 striker has finesse shot and, I don't know, let's say technical and finesse shot, right? What good is that going to do when you apply this evolution to him and he's going to get like anticipate plus? You have finesse shot, anticipate plus, and technical plus. Great center back. That's kind of why it's like hard to do these without replacing playstyle pluses, because like, how is this going to work? Most 92 rated strikers and above, or sorry, I was going to say like 85 or 86 rated strikers and above are going to have like a playstyle plus or two. So that's kind of where it comes in. It's like, is this really even worth it to do, or worth to even drop? Yes, I'm being nitpicky here, because there might be some that might look really cool. I'm not really sure, but without evolution, or sorry, without playstyle replacement, it's kind of a pointless evo. I think that might be the case with all these like shapeshifter evolutions that drastically change position, like striker to center back or center back to striker. At least with that, maybe you can have like an aerial plus, or you can have like a pinged pass, long ball. Even that is, I guess, it's a reach, but still at least a little bit better than a striker to center back. But I'm sure next year might be a feature where you can replace playstyle pluses, right? Maybe that's a thing they do next year with like tokens in the season pass, where you can replace a playstyle plus, and maybe with that comes replacing of cosmetics, right? You can replace some cosmetics in terms of replacing how your card looks, but Veghorst obviously fits in here, right? And Fuck Police League says down here, reply to somebody who says max 92 in July, even though, yeah, it's June, but it's the meme. Yeah, this is the evolution. I could sugarcoat it to get some views, but honestly, I think it's shameless, says Fuck Police League. So even the leakers are like, damn, I can't sugarcoat this shit. I can't engagement bait this shit. This sucks. And also apparently Ronaldo fits in here. But once again, if it's max 3 playstyle pluses and he's got power shot plus, yeah, great center back. The stats have to be insane, right? The stats have got to be like legitimately ridiculous. And I don't want to sit here and shit on it before it even comes out, because there's a chance it comes out and it's actually kind of cool, but I would doubt it. How can I have faith in these guys right now? How can you have faith in these guys right now? I mean, I don't think any of us possibly can. But okay, next up here, doing the rounds on Twitter today, which we've already seen this by now if you've been around for a while, but we do have new heroes confirmed coming in next year. If you have seen it, it's kind of a cool concept image of what these guys could look like. So let's zoom in here. Gilberto Silva, Mandzukic, Fabregas, Embarass coming in the game, Cambiaso, Michael Carrick, Andrea Barzagli, attempting not to cream myself, Kohler, and Marwan Fellaini down here. There's been some speculation that a lot of these guys are related to like World Cup achievements, or sorry, like World Cup performances. Or like Marwan Fellaini, always great for the Belgium national team, right? I think someone said Kohler was the same way, where he was like great for the Czech Republic. So you could maybe go out on a limb and say the World Cup license might be sort of secured, maybe, because they're expecting to give World Cup heroes to some of these guys. That's a stretch, obviously, but stats obviously not confirmed. It's just a prediction that we're looking at here. But that was a development that was going around Twitter today, if you haven't seen this yet. And then obviously the World Cup piece of it, because we don't know if they'll get the World Cup license or not still. And there was some speculation too, because they don't have the Club World Cup license, that maybe the World Cup license then is obviously like a stretch still, because it's the FIFA Club World Cup. It's going to be the FIFA World Cup, of course. I was seeing like, yeah, the Botafogo Igor Jesus card here. Like cool cards like that you could have maybe seen that don't usually have licenses in game, but they don't have the Club World Cup license. But yeah, just speculation. Still not sure what that looks like for the future of this game. And okay, the kind of the big thing of the day people are talking about mainly is these playstyle evos. They're supposed to be just base playstyle evos, which honestly I'm still down for. Because for example, base quick step, pinged pass, long ball, press proven, relentless, power shot, whipped pass, dead ball. These last like 4 here are not that great, but adding base pinged pass or long ball or quick step to a card is very nice, to a card you want to. Hopefully it's not like max 93 or max 94. Even if it is, it's still okay, because like evolution chains you can now add some more playstyles too, which is still nice. Obviously any rating would be kind of cool, which is a playstyle restriction, but you know, we're in June, which you'd think you just time for fun, but still not there yet. Max 94s for you. But this is combined with some other ones as well. I think we still have base Tiki Taka. I think that was a base one as well that was leaked. There's a couple more okay ones, and we'll see where these end up coming into play. My guess is in some other sort of cup, or maybe some sort of draft objective. We haven't had draft objectives in a long time. Makes you wonder if draft is kind of a thing of the past, that next year we might not even see it in the game anymore, or if they just revamp it completely. We haven't seen one of those in a while. Could be in a crafting upgrade, but that one just came out. You know, trying to think of all the outcomes that it could be in, but I'm not sure. Maybe it will be just next week's cup where all these base playstyles will be. And I saw this reply that was like, I just want first touch. Guys, I did not realize how bad I need first touch playstyle on my cards. It is, honestly, it's to the point where like it's almost unplayable. Even center mids, I cannot use a card in anywhere that's not the back 4 if they don't have base first touch. It's almost impossible. You might have that same problem. That might not be a problem for you, but if that is a problem for you, I would recommend trying that like this weekend and seeing if it ends up playing us a little bit better, because not having first touch, I can't believe how much I don't like my Messi Evo, because he doesn't have first touch. It's fucking Messi, and he doesn't have the first touch. It's Lionel Messi, and they don't give him the base first touch play. All right, let's check out the market, and once again, it has been proven that you need to buy these Fanta cards prior to them leaving packs, because even Renato Viego, I did not expect to be up this much, by the way. Even this card, in FUTGG, there's no graph here. Am I blind, or are the graphs gone? Did nobody even use these anymore? What happened to the graph? They're just, it doesn't exist. But this card was not this price. It's like honestly like 60, 70,000 coins up already. And I was seeing Vitinha as well. Vitinha's, well, actually he's about the same price now. Neto's up. So if we ever see these cards again for, you know, whatever reason, any team winning something, it's always best to buy these before they go out of packs, because they're like, they just go up every single time. It's happened to every team, especially the men's teams. The women's teams went up like slightly, but the men's teams have gone up like crazy. So that's kind of all I gotta say about this right now. And shapeshifters, I just wait to buy till after Rivals Rewards again. That's pretty much that again. And okay, let's read some of your comments now. We have got Lucky Waster 1977, who says, it's mad how often the same players are on the same slots on the player picks. I have Mateus in the first slot 5 times in a row. A cynic would suggest that it's all predetermined. Now, honestly, this is one of the things that like confuses me too. I don't understand how some cards end up in the exact same slots all the time. Does that not indicate like some sort of mistake in probability or something like that? Now, maybe the only thing I can think of is that the cards themselves aren't in like a predetermined slot. Like you kind of get all 10 and then they pop up in a random order. So say you get a Mateus in one of your 10 picks, right? It's gonna pop up in the first one, maybe due to like some sort of like visual thing, and the bug is like Mateus just pops up in the first slot even though it's like irrelevant to where he actually is. It's not like you open that, like press the button on the pick itself and it pops out a card. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense? So that's the only thing I can think of, is like it's a visual bug where certain cards are in certain places, but it's still very strange that you end up with like, yeah, you open 3 out of my 5 picks and 2 of the cards are in the exact same slot each time. It's like, definitely strange. It makes you wonder, even though it probably is nothing, but it does make you wonder about the predetermined stuff, right? And next comment from Suyan Suba. I'm so sorry. Competition is good for us. Fire emoji, fire emoji. And I didn't really talk about this much yesterday. I was seeing some comments like, yeah, 2K servers are awful. They're money hungry. Like, that's all true. Like, 100% it's all true. But competition, no matter what, like, has to be a good thing for us. Like, there's no way it can be anything but at least slightly better. Worst case scenario is it's slightly better for us to have another, like, big competitor come in who has enough resources to try and compete with EA, because we haven't really seen that yet. You know, UFL and eFootball, they haven't really been able to because they don't have the resources, but Take-Two has the resources. So even if it ends up, like, not being great, the fact that it exists at all is good for us. And if it will exist, you know, it's still not confirmed yet. If it does exist, that's just gotta be a good thing for us. Doesn't mean that the next FIFA game or the next FC game is gonna be good, but it just means that it's probably a good thing for us in general. And then Aiden Co here, he's responding to like the tweet yesterday that we were talking about with the new patents that EA filed with like the animation transitions, right? He says, I feel like this could genuinely fix the delay problem if they put in the proper resources to design and train their model. I mean, in theory, it would mean that your player would start preparing for a movement before you even give the input, which would hopefully offset delay. Even if it guesses wrong and you try and move the opposite direction of where the AI thought you were going, hopefully it doesn't impact you too much. This has so much potential. Yeah, but obviously, you know, it does have potential. I think what I worry about though is like when people talk about the delay, we still don't even know the exact cause for it. Does EA know the cause for it? Do they know it's like an animation transition thing? Because I've seen some people suggest that it's like a hyper motion problem, but obviously that's been in the game, what, for like 2 years now? And the delay's been a thing since FIFA 15. And it's obviously gotten probably debatably worse as time has gone on. So that could maybe suggest that it is an animation issue, right? You add more animations as the years go on, the delay gets worse. So maybe that does go with your point here where it's like that seems like that might help fix the delay. But if we don't know what causes it, like does EA know what causes it? Are they willing to admit that it exists in the first place? Because they haven't in previous years. But it's funny because it was at a point, you know, maybe 6-7 years ago where it was like, it was a big debate of does it exist or not? Does the delay actually exist? It used to be like refuted. Now there is no refuting that obviously the game is delayed. So it's funny how that's changed over the years. But I don't know. We can only wait and see. But I mean, you have to hope to God that EA knows it exists and at least has like an idea of where the problem lies and that this is a response to that. Otherwise, I mean, we're in for it again, the same exact thing in the next however many years. I mean, if they don't know where it even starts, the problem I'm talking about, how far away are we from it being fixed? We're years away. You have to hope they at least know where the problem's at. But I don't know. Hey, thank you guys for joining and being here today. I appreciate you all so much. Love you all so much. Peace.